Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? It's your vibe queen Nancy Chukuda there, and guess what? Today I'm on Doyin's Corner. Now we all know that Doyin's Corner is all about Doyin, but yeah, before we kickstart going into Doyin's Corner, we decided to have a conversation with Doyin. Like she always says, let's talk, let's have a conversation, right? So, ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you the host, the brain, the heart, the soul, everything behind Doyin's Corner, Doyin herself. How you doing?
I feel like clapping for myself.
Yes! Let's clap for yourself. How you doing, Doyin?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Loving the outfit today.
Thank
love
you.
the smile. Love the
Thank you.
hair.
You look really
It's
nice
giving.
too. Thank you
You know
so
what?
much.
We are trying to keep up with you, you know. We're just trying our possible best. Well, quickly, let's go right into the conversation. Right. Why Doyin's Corner? What brought about you saying to yourself that, you know what, I got to have a show where people can come on it, and guess what, I'm just going to name it Doyin's Corner.
Very simple. My love for conversation. I love conversations. I love talking to people. I like, even if I meet a stranger on the road, I want to have a conversation. I want to chat. I'm just a really chatty person. So I'm like, I mean, why not, make something out of this?
Out of it.
Yes.
All right, so quickly, would you tell us about Doyin? Who is Doyin? People have a version of the Doyin they've met on screen, the Doyin they've seen at events, the Doyin that they might see going to the supermarket to buy something, and she's like, okay, but who is Doyin?
Whenever people ask me that question, then I suddenly forget who I am. But like, but who is Doyin? Doyin is a young, extremely ambitious girl. I want to do so much for myself. I want to do so much for the world. If I can, I want to make an impact. I'm very career driven. I'm a lover of people, humanity in general. What else? Who else is Doyin? That's all.
All right, so tell me about, so this is the Doyin. Doyin likes to achieve. She's a go-getter. So at what point in your life did you feel like, you know what, I think apart from being a go-getter, a successful person, I really want to go into the limelight? And how has that journey been for you?
You know the funny thing? I never wanted to be in the limelight. Like, I feel like my life is catching me by surprise. Like, I'm
serious?
like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing now. All right, let's do it. I always wanted to I wanted to be a lawyer. That's what I wanted to be, because I just knew that I could talk and I can argue till tomorrow.
We all know that.
So I wanted to be a lawyer, but I ended up going to med school instead. So I studied medical radiography and I started practicing. I've been practicing for 5 years before I went into Big Brother. But I always knew that, medicine was, restricting me a little bit. I have a huge personality. You have no idea.
Really?
I have a very big personality, and I just wanted a career that would, allow me explore my personality a bit more. So, the opportunity came to audition for Big Brother. I just went. I auditioned on the last day. I'm telling you, I didn't even want to do it. My brother was like, "Oh, this is your drama. You can't keep it within the house. So you need to show the world. You need to." So I was just like, "Okay, but they might not pick me. Let me just try." So I just did it. Last day, I got in, and I've just been going with the flow
Since then?
Yeah, since then.
Okay, so that was for your set when you went to the Big Brother the first time. Then All Stars came again. What actually made you go back for All Stars?
Okay, so the first time I came out of the house after Level Up, I didn't like the narrative I came out with. I felt like a lot of people thought I was a pushover, and there's nothing that upsets me more than that. I'd rather you call me any other name than call me a pushover, because I'm so far from that. Everybody in my life knows that. Nobody. I haven't seen that human being that can push me around. So I didn't like it. So when I got the call for the All-Star season, I was talking to my mom. I'm like, "Oh, this thing is stressful. I don't know if I want to do it." Da, 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 da. And she said to me, "Remember how much you complained about, this narrative? Don't you want to show people?" Because the first time I went, I was really nervous. That was my first time on TV. I didn't know anything about the entertainment industry and all of that. So she was like, "Okay, now you've done it before. You're more experienced. You want to go there and just be authentic doing. Show people who you are.
Your family knows, doing your friend knows, everything."
So that was it for me.
This will lead me to my next conversation. Now, even from the All Stars, everybody was like, I remember even when you announced that Doyin's Corner was coming on Pop Central, right? And I went through the comments and I saw someone's comment like, Me I no bring Tolani badge and doing because I no go see eye to eye. Una too. You guys can argue for Africa. And being said that, you're one of the most controversial person from Big Brother.
Am I? Am I the drama?
You have a lot of drama when it comes to you doing yes. Okay. Now, like you said, the first time you went into Big Brother, there was a narrative of you being a pushover.
Right.
Now, All Stars came, there was a different narrative.
Absolutely.
It's how people would see Doyin like this, like this, like this. Now, what is that one narrative, apart from being a pushover, right, that people have said about you that really hurts you and you don't like, and it's one thing you want to change?
I can think of so many, so I'm trying to narrow it down to one.
Why?
Okay, one. Oh my goodness. Even talking about it now, I'm already pissed off in advance. People it is annoying. There's this thing where they say, oh, she's friends with this person because she eats from this person. Oh, she's friends with this person because this person won the show. I'll say categorically here. I'll even look in the camera. There's no human being, no woman. I'll say maybe some, I don't know, maybe guys have dated, but no female friend that I have had since the beginning of my life till this day that can say they've given me a dime. I don't choose my friends based on what you have, because I will never take anything from you. When it comes to friendships, I'm even much more comfortable giving to my friends. And, you know, it's something that has really upset me so much to the point that, you know, I've even gotten mad at my friends and said to them, is this thing true? Why have you not come out to, you know, say something about it?
Clarified it.
And they're like, oh, yeah, I don't really talk about things on the internet, da, da, da. So I think it would be that one. I choose my friends because I love them, because I just like their personality. I like to be around them, whatever. It has nothing to do with, nobody can give. I'm good. I don't need anything from anybody. I really don't. I might not be the type to come on social media to talk about, you know, things you have. I don't operate like that. But the fact that something is louder or shinier does not mean that the one that is not as loud doesn't have substance. They're just not really interested in showing it like that. So.
Now, talking about friendship, in most people's life, when a friend of theirs is in limelight, for your example, you really have friends before you got into limelight. Most times, you either have half of your friends drop, or you have all your friends being together. So this is friends that are not even in the limelight, friends that have just been with you from, like, when you were in university, when you were in secondary school. How have your friends taken it since you got into limelight?
Initially, when I got out of the house the first time, I think some of my friends expected that maybe I would, you know, become proud. So they just automatically started giving me space.
Wow.
But me, you know now, I sent a message, I'm like, I'm not proud though. I'm still the same person. I can see that you're giving me small space, but I'll disturb you. I mean, some of us, you know, we've drifted apart a little bit, because it's very sad, because most of my friends before the limelight, they've all relocated now, because we're all in the process of relocating before I went on the show. Oh, okay. So I literally have just like one left in Lagos, in Nigeria, actually. So we talk, we're still cordial, we're still cool, but of course, like, distance has, you know, created a little bit of, you know, gap, and it's so painful because I love them. My friendship then, compared to the friends that I've made now, I'll pick that 110 times over. Obviously,
those ones know you. They've been through fire.
Exactly.
They've been through your happiness, everything with you.
Exactly.
So there's no forming. They
don't think that when I'm kind to them, I want something, or I'm trying to get something. They just understand that Doyin is a kind person, and that's just how she operates. So I miss them very much.
I'm sure they miss you too. So guys, you guys are going to definitely watch this. Reach out to them. Say, hey, we miss you.
I hope they do, because I miss you guys so much.
All right, let's go to another thing that hit the internet and everybody was dragging. I saw some of the comedians that dragged you about it. And that was when you went on, was it the Honest Bunch podcast?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
And you spoke about sex toys. And I remember there was a comedian that said, all of you that are going online and saying sex toys, Shebi, when you come back from work, sex toys will say, hello, how are you? How was your day? Shebi, when you come back from work, sex toy will say, let me give you a massage. So yeah, that interview, that particular one, what was going through your mind? And why did you decide to say all that, knowing that there was going to be a clapback for that?
Right. So the thing is this with me, I would always say what's on my mind. I don't really care about your response to it, to be honest. But that particular interview was taken out of context. And, it's just a case of, it's like I go just shalaye tired. There's no evidence because I wasn't saying that. I was never trying to imply that sex toys would replace men. We need men for intimacy. We need men to cuddle at night. We need men for emotional, stability, for mental stability. We need men for so many other things that, we can't even put in a box. But what I was saying is this: when you're talking about clitoral orgasm, a machine, a device that was created and programmed for that particular specific purpose, you cannot beat it at it. Do you understand? There would always be human error. If the tongue was not made to make people come. Do you understand? Now human beings have found a way to, make it happen, but it doesn't mean that you would do it as fast or as intense as a vibrator would. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying let's replace vibrators, let's replace men with vibrators. No. I love men. I do very much, trust me. So, yeah, I think they just took it out of context, but I love all you men.
Oh my God. All right. That's very fine. So quickly, I wanted to talk about the housemates, right? And the fact that we're even on the friendship conversation. Which of the Big Brother housemates are your friends, and how have you been able? Because let me just digress a little bit to when Helen Paul was on her interview, and she mentioned the fact that most people decide to have friends in their workspace when they say so-called work colleagues are also competing with you. How do you navigate that waters where you want to have friends in your industry, but at the back of your mind, you've heard stories of how friends will backstab. In fact, you've been in probably one of the reunions or you have seen online when two people from the Big Brother family are going against each other. How has that been for you?
Finding friends in this space for me has been a hassle. It be like say they don't cost me safe because I don't tire. I mean, for me, I would never look at any of my friends as a competition. If there is a gig for me and I feel like I can't do this, the first thing that comes to my head is, how about this person? Or do you think this person can do it? That's just something I do in general. And I just think that's how we should all operate, right? I don't really understand. I think in general, it's very difficult to make friends in this space because everybody's in their head. Everybody is thinking. You might be dealing with somebody genuinely. Maybe you just make a statement or you just say something to them from a genuine place, but they've interpreted it to mean something else and made some form of narrative about it in their heads. Honestly, I would say if I would describe my journey with making friends in this space, I would say it's been heartbreaking. Because I have given love, and I wouldn't say I haven't gotten love back, because I've also messed up. Do you get? I'm not a perfect friend. I mean, there's like video evidence of when I've also up, messed up, towards a friend and all of that. But I try my best. I'm a good friend. I try my best. I have my lapses here and there, but I try my best, and it's not been the easiest journey.
Okay, so is there any friendship that you know that you messed up, or an incident where you messed up that you regret, and if given the chance, you would act differently?
Absolutely. But before I answer the question, I need to say it first, please, because they're going to sit and say, of course now, because she's feeding her. Please, keep quiet. That's not it. This is just me. I am the type of person that I'm very, very accountable to myself. Yes. When I do something wrong, I don't make excuses for myself and I apologize. So yes, a very good instance was, I was on TV once talking about my friend and how she, I think I said we're social media friends and whatever. Even though I said that in a very vulnerable state at the time on TV, there are certain times in that house you even forget you're on camera, right?
Yes.
So I was in a very vulnerable state. I was remembering saying things. I had valid reasons why I said that, but it wasn't the time or place to say that. You don't come on TV and say that your friend is a social media friend, regardless of whatever the issue is. That's something you say to your friend one-on-one, not something you come on TV to say. I also really messed up. I think I said something about giving a gig to her or something. I didn't have to say that. It wasn't that she called me to beg me for the gig. I offered. So I didn't have to go out and blow my trumpet. That's something I'm very ashamed of. It's not even about her. If it was any other person I did it to, I'll be very ashamed of myself, because I think that's a very low way to behave, and I'm not proud of that behavior at all. I've apologized to her. I felt the need to apologize publicly because I felt like I offended her publicly. And especially because that friendship was a very public friendship, you get. So it really hurt me that I made her feel that way. But yeah, I'm learning. Like I said, I'm not a perfect friend, but I would always try to do better.
All right. So quickly, I just want to digress. You know when you have a group of friends, right? You have the one that would always be in seminars, right from secondary school. You know that they are going to be the seminar ones, they are going everywhere. You have the one that will tell you, please, let's go to the church, let's go to the mosque, let's go and pray. You have the one that will be like, you see, life is not that deep, let's just stay. You have the one that is always every Friday, girls, what's up, we're going to go party. Who are you in that clique?
I'm definitely not the party one. No, I would party, but I would party.
Doyin.
I don't like, I'm telling you, I like partying, but I like partying in comfortable spaces. I don't like clubs because they're very loud.
Okay.
I don't like loud. I like to party like at home or like a house party, somewhere comfortable. Do you understand?
Yes.
But I'm definitely not the church friend too. I'm more like the advice friend, like when you need like serious advice for your life, that type of thing. And when you want to have fun, like if you want to just, let loose, let's have fun. If it's not in the club, if it's anywhere else, then I'm that friend.
Yeah, that friend.
Yeah. So advice and partying.
That's you.
Yeah.
That's you. All right, quickly. How was it for you to come up with Doyin's Corner? From the conceptualization, the production and everything, just narrate it to us. The process for you. How was it during that period?
Are you talking about the first season or this season? Like
First and second season.
Honestly, like even before like Big Brother, I used to always think, I know that I can talk. I just want to do something that has to do with talking. So one day I was talking to, I think it was my youngest brother actually. And then he was like, we're having a random conversation. And then he was like, do you know that if this conversation was recorded, it will blow a lot of people's minds? That was what he said. And I was like, okay, do you know you're giving me ideas? And he's like, do you know you can have a show? You can just be having conversations with people, And I'm like, okay. And immediately on the spot, I started doing like my research, how to start a podcast, what do you need, what materials? I wasted a lot of money because I went and actually like bought some materials, although my generous fans gave me some. I love them so much. But I went to buy like other materials.
Yeah.
I started like creating my own studio. And like when I went into the house, and when I came out, I was like, okay, I need to create my own studio, everything. So that was it. It was just that conversation with my brother that brought it up. And I was just like, okay, once I come out of the house, I'm going to do this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go for a short break, and when we're back, we're still Doyin's Corner with herself, Doyin, and we're still digging into her mind, brain, heart, and soul, and find out. Don't worry, guys, I'll still dig deep and bring out some certain things that she has never said online before. We're here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Doyin's Corner. I remain your host, Nancy, and I'm here with Doyin herself. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm still fine. I was fine before I went on the break. I'm still fine now.
All right, let's go right into our next conversation, right? Okay, so there was this recent interview that was done online by one of your housemates, right? Where it seems like whether that's shade, it is shade or not. You know when they say, if you want to speak to me directly. You know they go call 1,000 people, 2,000 people, no. So can you shed a little more light on that for us?
I assume you're speaking about Ceec. I'm not really in the business of like talking. If I want to say something, I'll call your name, right? I mean, I heard the podcast thing, and it was very, very heartbreaking for me because it doesn't matter if we're not speaking now. You know, I considered her a friend at some point. You get. First of all, I don't know the reason she did it. I don't know the reason she said everything she said. I think that that interview was a trap. When I say a trap, what I mean is this. So, you know, we had a job together, right? And, you know, I kind of fell out a little bit with, there's a lot of story. But I know that they're trying to promote the job that we went for. And they're thinking of maybe using the feud, you know, like when there's a fight. So sometimes they're trying to use that controversy. So I think that interview was just to trigger me. They know that, you know, if they say something I don't like, to trigger me, then I'll say something, then they will start releasing things about the job, and then it'll become a whole thing. A lot of the things she said were false. And it was just very unfortunate that a lot of people did not even wait to hear my side. They just, you know, some people just judged. And what I would just say is this: I would never, ever stop anybody's bag. What had happened was, the last week while she was in the house, somebody had reached out to me and said was a club that they wanted to host Ceec and I, right? And that was the same week that she had said I was a fake friend and all of that. Prior to that, I was rooting for her. I was rooting for her and Ilebaye at the time. But when I watched that, I was really hurt because I'm like, babe, I thought we're cool. Before I left the house, I gave you coins. I wrote you a really cute note. And the note was just me saying how beautiful you are. I believe in you. I think you can win this. Just stuff like that. So how am I a fake friend? I was really hurt. So when that call came in, what I said to the person was, honestly, Ceec is not my favorite person to talk about right now. The person was trying to tell me that immediately she gets out of the house, I should please talk to her, that, he would like to have us both. And then I should ask for her rates and all that. So I was like, if you want to work with Ceec, reach out to Ceec on your own.
Yes.
Talk to me about me. Then he was like, okay, what if he's Ilebaye? Would I be able to speak to Ilebaye? I was like, maybe that would be easier to speak to Ilebaye, but I would still prefer if you reach out to Ilebaye on your own and talk to me about me. That right now, I don't want to talk to Ceec. I don't want to do that right now. That's what I said to him. And eventually, he just decided, he didn't even talk about it again, and that was it. And the thing just went like that. So it wasn't a case of I said, oh, I don't want to, maybe I don't know if it was the way I said, because if I really went and stopped your bag, I'm not a fool. I'm not going to come and say to you that, oh, yeah, I went and stopped your bag. Do you understand? I was telling her, I was trying to explain to her that you really, really hurt me, saying that, I'm a fake friend, How? I really genuinely liked you. So I don't know how she interpreted it, but, I just think this is a sweet girl.
I feel this is what I always say most times, and I tell people, your celebrities, your influencers, they're humans. They have hearts, they have blood running through them. So in my head, relate this scenario to your everyday friendship. You guys are not in the limelight.
Right.
Both of you just had a fight now. And a gig comes. Let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody is going to be in that mood.
I'm going to be ecstatic to say, yeah, do you get? And I didn't even say don't work with her. I said just reach out to her on your own. I don't want to communicate with her now. Talk to me about me. That's all I said. What I'll just say to just wrap up this whole thing, because I don't want to give it too much attention. I'll just say Ceec is a really sweet girl, but she sometimes gets in her head. She makes up things in her head, and it makes so much sense to her. And to her, she's so right. But sometimes, you have my number. Even if you heard this, even if the person that we went to work for was telling you I was asking for how much you were paid, you could have called me to ask me. That's not even what happened. When I fell out with this person, of course, he would tell you certain things about me. You shouldn't just believe that, straight off the bat. And she made it seem like as if we fought or we stopped talking or she cut me off because of the job. That wasn't even what happened. We stopped talking because she was bringing up certain things that happened. We already spoke about in the house. She was trying to talk to me about, after we had finished the job, she was trying to talk to me about how I'm not a good friend. And I'm like, why am I not a good friend? She said, I chose, this person over her in the house. There are times that she'll be telling me about this person. I'll be supporting that person. I will not support her. And I will tell her I'm fighting with this person today. Tomorrow she'll see me smiling. I was just sick of it. I was like, first of all, you can't just tell me you don't like this person and I fight this person because you don't. I'm not in kindergarten. I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that.
I'm fighting with this person, so my best friend has to fight with that person.
It doesn't work like that. So I was just got tired of it. And I'm like, we spoke about this in the house already. I explained it to you already. Why are you bringing it up again? So if we talk about it now, you still bring it up again and say I'm not a good friend another time again. I was just sick of it. So I didn't speak to her again after then. And we didn't speak at all until her birthday. And I wished her a happy birthday. I even sent her a text on her birthday to just say, happy birthday, just for her to know that it's not that deep, she gets. So when I saw the interview, I was really shocked. And I just sent her a text. I was like, why? I would never do you like this. I was like, why? And I just blocked her after because I was really hurt. But it is what it is. I just think she misunderstood the whole thing.
Situation.
Yeah.
I know. All right. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this part of you being in limelight, it happens. Tell me, have you been able to handle the pressure of being in the limelight?
It's not easy. I'm telling you for a fact, it's not easy. There are times that, when you're in the limelight, people expect you to be a perfect person, a robot. You don't make any mistakes. Everything you do is intentional. Everything. I was speaking to somebody and the person was like, oh, why did you do this thing? I was like, see, I just did it out of confusion. I didn't even know what I was doing. Like, it happened, I reacted, I didn't think. The person was like, Doyin, the lie, you're not a confused person. I'm probably the most confused person you will ever meet. I'm always like, oh, should I do this? Should I not do this? So sometimes people expect
I'm just going to say
perfection.
this. I'm just going to concur with that because I've had to work with Doyin, and she would call and always say,
Thank
Nancy,
you.
what do you think?
Yeah,
What do you think?
I always say,
do you
like, what do you think? I'm always very, it's always difficult for me to make decisions. So sometimes I make this decision, then I go back on it. So sometimes people just expect, perfection. And especially, I think with me, you know what I think? I think people give me too much credit for my brain. I think so, because people expect that if Doyin does this thing, she has thought about it.
She's very calculated.
Girl, I'm
She's
just like you. I've been making mistakes every other time.
Yes.
You people should please have mercy. Not everything is, I'm not a professor that's just sat down and just, this is the way.
But you have that look. You have that look like, if I have done this, I'm going to give you my resting B face. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I just did it.
I blame God for giving me that look. Because I don't even be knowing what I'm doing half the time. I just be doing stuff. And then people just make up one and I'm just like, wow. Like, I wish I was this smart. Thank you, guys. I am smart, but like,
I can see him coming out.
I'm not Einstein. I know I might look like Einstein, but I'm not really Einstein. I promise you. Like, it's very tiring sometimes. Sometimes I'm like, okay, can these people just think I'm dumb? So they will just cut me some slack. I'm telling you. Yeah, it's not everything that is so thought out and planned. They're like, oh, she went to go and do this because I'm just like, girl, rest. So it's just that, like, they expect perfection, they expect you not to make mistakes, and it's not a realistic expectation to place on anybody.
That's too much.
Yeah, it's
too
a
much
lot.
burden on your shoulders.
And it's so scary for me, because if I want to do something, just before I came in here, I wanted to repost, a friend's, I wanted to repost Fina's podcasting. I'm happy that she's going into it. I'm happy for, the sky is big enough for all of us to do the same thing and win. Everybody will have their audience. But I was scared to repost it because they'll say, she's reposting it though because she's trying to be friends with this one. So that because she's fighting with this one. And really, that's not even how I think. I just wanted to, because she came on my show, I wanted to show support to her and just repost. People should just please let me be able to be myself and do the things I want to do out of the kindness of my heart without reading extra meaning to it and trying to, like, make it into something that is not. So I think that's like the most painful part.
How do you handle when fans decide to pin you against somebody and really there's really nothing deep? Water never go under the bridge like that.
Me, whenever fans try to, except it's somebody that I actually have issues with. If it's somebody I don't have issues with, I just call the person straight. Don't listen to all these things, though. Like, so many times, like, Baya and I were cool. I'll see some things and I'm like, girl, I hope you're not listening to this. This is not like this, so just let them talk. You can't correct every, perception that is out there. So me, what I do is I just call my friend and I tell my friend, I know you're seeing this thing online. That's not how it is. But if it's somebody that I actually have issues with, then I just let it be and just let them cook whatever they want to cook.
What do you value the most, Doyin?
I value relationships. Unfortunately, people try to make it seem like it's such a bad thing, but I really like relationships. I like friendships. I like relationships. I like humanity in general. I like love. I like loyal people. I like family. I'm just, maybe because of the kind of family I grew up in, we're so close. Like, I tell my mom, I love you, mommy. My nieces come and say, I love you. If I fight with my sister, she calls me, okay, come, let's talk about it. That's what I'm used to. All my friends before, like Big Brother, they're so used to that. Like, if we have any issues, I just say, oh yeah, let's talk about this thing. Because I know that it's so possible for you to misunderstand, a lot of stuff along the line. But I guess it's not acceptable these days. But yeah, I value love, friendships, relationships, humanity in general. Yeah.
Has the limelight affected your love life?
I think he's made it a lot more complicated, I would say, because if someone is talking to me, I'm scared. I'm scared to text, because I'm like, what if they screenshot this text and turn it into so? I'm so scared. But the thing is this, I have tried to not, like, interfere with anybody in the media space, in this entertainment industry. I don't think I would ever date anybody in the industry. I've always been a corporate girl. Like, every boyfriend I've had, they're from the corporate world, because I just feel like I can learn from them and they can also, like, help me. So I've just stuck to that. The people I talk to are people I've known before the show. The person I'm currently talking to, I've known him for, like, I think 10 years plus. Is awesome. He's awesome. He's like a great support system. When people are insulting me online, it's like, girl, I know who you are. I love you so much and you are good. Don't listen to them. So I just stick to my people. That's it. And I just try not to meet new people because I'm scared.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's scared. She doesn't really want to go there. What about your extended family? How have they been to you since Limelight? Because from what you've said, your nuclear family, your close family, your brother, your sister, your mom, they've been very supportive, right?
Yeah.
But there is also the extended family. Now I'm going to give you case in point. Of recent, Michael, we came to talk about how his family members have drained him. The moment he went into playing for all the big clubs and top clubs, it was brother. His sisters got married, and the guys that got married to his sisters were like, since you're Michael B's sister, we can collect money. They give birth to a lot of kids, and they expect him to trade. Is that the same for you?
I think I'm lucky. I don't really have that experience. I come from a family where, everybody's doing well.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. So apart from I think the only people that disturb me are my younger brothers and my younger cousins. Apart from those people, there's nobody that has any unnecessary expectation or is unnecessarily entitled to, my money, or say, do this for us. No, I don't really experience that with my family. They're actually my extended family, yeah, well. They're actually quite supportive. Like my auntie, she saw the vibrator interview. She's like, Doyin, Nigerians don't really like, because she's in the US. And she's like, over here, you can have that type of conversation, but not here in Nigeria. Yeah, but we just laughed it over. And I'm like, auntie, they're really stressing me out. And she's like, can I just ignore it? My extended family, they're very supportive. They understand me. They know who I am. And yeah, nobody has stressed me out.
Nobody stressed you out. All right. How do you define your success and happiness for you?
Happiness. Success for me is growth. Am I better than where I was yesterday? Do I have more money than I had yesterday? Am I generating more revenue, more income? Have I been able to build a better network than I had yesterday? So for me, that's success. I understand that success is always going to be a journey. I would never get to the point where I'm like, I'm now fully successful. So for me, I just look at it as, growth. And happiness for me is to have my love life balanced, my career life balanced, my family balanced, my health balanced. If I have all those four, I'm good.
You're happy.
I'm happy.
That's great. I totally understand you. Work, love life, your career, everything just has to balance.
Yeah.
If any one of them has issues, you don't have peace of mind.
I'm telling you.
It's going to really affect you. It has a way, because at the end of the day, it's your life. Everything is intertwined. If one part of your life is having issues, you see the ripple effect on the other part of your lives. So yeah, I totally understand you on that. Is that one thing about yourself physically or there's a trait or a habit that you have that you would like to change?
I think I'm a very reactive person. I react in the moment.
If you give me, I give you.
If
back.
you give me, I give you. That's something I'm even praying about it at this point. So what I do now is when something happens, that's what they're teaching me. I sit for 20 seconds and I just count 20 to 1 in my head. And I'm like, okay, there's a high chance that the way you want to react is the wrong way to react. So just hold on. So I think if I could change that, I would have a lot more delayed response, a reaction to stuff. Because that way I can think through it properly and, react properly and not regret, my reaction. So yeah, I think that's what I would change.
But don't you think that's your personality? If you that's just who you are. I feel sometimes, right? If you were born this way, it's just how you're supposed to cope with certain things, right?
Yeah, but I believe that even if you're born that way, it doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean you're perfect. You can still walk on how you were born. But then your reaction is based off what this person. So if somebody comes and is like, "Oh my God," obviously you're not a mad person that will say, "We're near. What's wrong with you?" But if somebody comes with, "Hello," it's nature. Yes, I know. But there are times that even if somebody comes with, "Are you crazy? Are you mad? Are you crazy? Are you mad?" is not the right response. Sometimes the better response is to keep quiet and make them feel stupid.
Are you sure? Are you crazy? It's not supposed to be like banana your head.
No. Sometimes yes. I'm all for violence when it's needed, when it's necessary. But sometimes silence is very powerful. I'm learning that. Sometimes there are people that don't even deserve your reaction.
We try silence in this country. Well, done violence. It's
true. They work. But it's not about the environment, though. It's just a personal thing for me. I don't even care if it doesn't work in this area, in this region or whatever. It's just something I want to be able to, keep quiet in situations and walk away from certain situations.
Okay, I wish you all the best in it. And I hope Nigeria is going to help you. And I hope Nigerians are going to help you.
Amen.
We just pray to work. Because me, I know the country I'm from. I know the people that are Nigerians like me. Not everybody has the grace to calm down and react. There are times where you can actually keep quiet. And I feel like keeping quiet even depends on who is the person coming to show the grace. If it's somebody that, hello, what's your problem? I would give it to you. But if it's somebody I really care, respect, I would take the time to calm down and think of my response. But I'm sorry if I don't know you from Adam. You don't owe me. I don't owe you anything. If you come with aggression, it's except Jesus just spoke to me 2 seconds ago.
That's when you won't give it back.
I won't
Even
give
me,
it back.
because I'm not the one or the two. If you come to me funny, you'll be really shocked. That's the thing. You'll be really shocked. But I'm learning, guys.
You're learning to become.
I'm a work in progress.
She's working in progress. What's your biggest strength?
My biggest strength? I'm very forgiving. I would say it's a strength. I don't know how to hold grudges. And that's why sometimes people think I'm fake. But the truth is, all I need to forgive somebody is to see genuine remorse. If I feel like you're sorry, I understand, because I make a lot of mistakes. So I actually understand that sometimes, it's not intended to, really come out that way. Sometimes a mistake. So I let things go quite easily. And
do you forget easily? Because there's forgiveness and there's forgetting.
I wouldn't say that I forget. There would always be that thing at the back of my mind that this person has done it before, they can do it again. But I would still move with love. I would still open myself up to you and just hope. And sometimes it's even stupid. Because sometimes my mom says, hey, I know you are forgiving, but you still have to be cautious and stuff like that. But I'm not really in control of it. Like, I'm just like, I've forgotten. Sometimes I even remind myself, you the best, so don't forget to be angry with this person, that type of thing. But I'll say that's my biggest strength.
So you forgive easily?
I forgive very easily.
You forgive easily?
Yes.
What's that one thing that somebody would do to you right now that you can't forgive?
Maybe if you kill my family member. That's the only thing I can think of.
What's that significant moment in your life that shaped you to the Doyin that is sitting here right now?
I'll say the death of my dad. That's like the biggest blow life has given me. When I was young, I used to think that, nothing bad can happen to us in my family. I want to cry.
Calm down.
I don't think I'll ever get it right. I love that man so much. We're so tight. And the fact that God just took him without any explanation, nothing. I couldn't reconcile that. I couldn't reconcile God loving me and doing that. But I won't say I'm happy it happened, but I would say it shaped me because I became very strong. I had to be, because my mom is very emotional, my sister is I had to be that one that would say, okay, you know what? Now this has happened. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so his finances, like his money that he left behind, what's the plan? Are we going to just leave it there for some people to just come and take it? Or are we going to be crying until they take everything? Are we going to sit up and actually monitor his stuff? So I had to be the one to say, okay, you know what, let's figure out how to move forward now. So every time in my life that I've, encountered any stumbling block, I have had that same reaction to it. The same way I reacted to my dad's death and just, let's keep moving. That's how I've reacted to everything in my life. So I would say that really shaped me. Yeah. Thank you. I'm not a crybaby.
How do you handle challenges and setback in your life?
First, I cry.
Guys, I'm not going to lie, right? I'm not going to lie. Crying is very
It helps.
medicinal.
It's very therapeutic. People don't know. First, I cry, then I call my mom and I rant. I just go on a rant and then I start thinking, what's the way forward after then? So I'm a very it is what it is type of person. I don't believe that. I think since I lost my dad, I just believe that life doesn't owe me anything. So whenever I have any setback, whatever, I'm just like, okay, girl, you're not the sorriest case in the world. Like, there are people going through worse. You can't be too entitled to say everything must happen, perfectly. And who are you? Even Jesus Christ did not have his entire journey smooth while he was on earth. So I just have that at the back of my mind, and I'm like, okay, so how do we overcome this? How do we move forward? What's the next step? And that's just how I deal with it.
All right. What's that one issue that you've had to face that was, when they say you were between a wall and, what's the phrase? When you were like your back was actually pushed to the wall. Was that, has that ever happened to you? And how did you get out of it?
And I felt like there was no way out.
Yes.
I would still take it back to my dad's death. Because before he died, he was my everything. Like, that was
You
my
were
sugar
really
daddy.
that
We're very
close
close.
to your dad?
I wasn't close with my mom at all.
Wow.
My dad would, and oh God, he was very blessed, like, you know, financially. So anything I want,
He would get it
my
for
dad
you.
would get it for me. Anything, like, anything. He never looked at it like, oh, I'm spoiling her or anything. So when he died, I felt like my entire life was over. I felt like, okay, how do I move on? Like, how do I continue? I would say that that's the situation that's the worst situation I've ever been in my entire life. I don't pray that for anybody. A girl needs a father. I don't care how, you know, old she is. If that father figure is missing, it really changes a lot for you. And you just need it. You just need it.
I hear you. If you're given the opportunity to change one thing in the world, what would that be?
I'll take it with death. I don't like death. In general, I just think, I wish there was a way we could just like tell our loved ones, okay, we'll see you later. I just think nobody should die. It doesn't even matter like how bad a person is. I'm not even in support of like death penalty because of this type of thing. Like, I'd rather you send somebody to jail for the rest of their life than kill somebody. Like, death is horrible. It's like this person is just no longer there. Like,
you can't call the person, you can't reach out to the person.
There's no other situation I can think about in this world that there is no remedy to, or there's no matter, even if it's poverty, so far you have life, there's still a chance that, you know, tomorrow something can change. Do you get? But once the person is dead, there's nothing. Like, that's the end. So if I could change something, it would be that. And maybe one other thing. I think humanity has completely lost its touch. I think the most important commandment that God gave to us is to love one another, and we've lost it. Now, love seems like a crime. It seems like something that is shady, something like, if you even show people love, they're like, so I want something. Do you get? People are not even used to love anymore. I wish the world would just have much more love, and we'll just see that we can all coexist, we can all be happy, and nobody needs to be angry. Let's just be happy. So maybe love.
So I want to ask you a question, right? And this is just giving your opinion as you are looking at people. Who do you think, out of the Big Brother set, is the fakest of them all?
The fakest of them all?
Yeah. Yes, the fakest of them all.
I'm not even going to lie, I have a name in my head, but I'm not going to say that name.
Why?
I'm not going to say that name. I'm not going to say that name.
Based on character, based on everything that you've seen, who is the person?
There's somebody I think in my head, but you know why I can't mention their name? Because I wouldn't like if somebody did that to me. Because I feel like I don't know them well enough to be sure that they're actually fake.
And that's why I said, based on what they've offered, so this is where people need to understand stuff, right? And that's why I'm clearly saying this. Based on what they've offered you, based on what you have seen, comments, everything, based on the research. So this is like doing a research, right? When you do a research, is what you know, you do a conclusion on. We all did projects. Chapter 2 was research, right? Based on
you
research.
Like violence,
based
Nancy.
on everything the information that has been given to you. Now that did not call you fake, is left for you to pick. Do you want to change that narrative, or you want to give the person access to?
I know
is a choice.
Is that parrot in the house? That parrot is fake. Other people will talk. That parrot not play their talk. That parrot will play only my own. I make it like as if I'm the only one that is talking in that house. That parrot, I have a very.
But that
parrot is fake. So whoever is behind that parrot, whoever was putting the disc and playing the voice notes, that person is the fakest. That's my answer.
Shout out to the parrot.
Shout out to the parrot. I love you, parrot Sweeney.
No, that parrot cost a lot of
I'm telling you.
It cost a lot.
And as soon as I left the house, the parrot stopped talking. No, I say, God, why me?
Why you? All right, so like Doyin quickly, what do you want to tell your fans? But before you answer that question, let's visit this fandom situation. So we see everybody doing, oh, my fans got me this, my fans got me that, my fans got this, my fans got that. But we, They are not the fans. Viewers are home, and we're not sitting down. We're saying, share is this same economy. That fuel is 600 and something. Share is the same economy. That exchange rate now is at 1,000 and something. That these fans, who are these same so-called fans, now you are there. You have fans. Are there certain things that your fans have got you that you can proudly say? Or there are things that you go for yourself. You know, it's going to say, ladies and gentlemen, it's my fans that got me.
See, what I'll say is this. People need to understand that fans, when people say fans, they automatically imagine that fans are broke people that have nothing to do with their life apart from watching Big Brother, and yeah, they don't have a lot of money, but they're still putting their 2 cents. No, there's some people that have watched you from that show. They like your personality, and they are actually really, really well to do. There is a fan can tell you, you know what, I'll send 5 million naira, I'll send 2 million naira to this person. That's how much I love this person. So let's not look at fans as people that oh, in this economy, you have not even, you don't even have a car of your own, you're buying a car for this person, you don't have a house. Some fans are actually really, really rich. So I don't think that thing is fake at all. I think fans, you underestimate the power of loving somebody. When you love somebody, and especially reality TV, when you feel like
I still don't understand it, right?
I swear, it's understandable. When you feel like you've watched somebody on TV, you've seen them cry, you've seen them laugh, you almost feel like you are invested in their journey. You want to see them do so well. So you're like, how can I contribute to this? And sometimes some people have a very big fan. If you have like 3,000, 5,000 people that are dropping 5,000 naira, can you calculate how much that is?
Yeah, no.
That's a lot of money.
That's
if you now have maybe some rich fans that are not able to drop, 1 million here, 2 million here, that's a lot of money. People should not be looking down on fans. They really be doing these things. I don't know that. I don't know. Maybe there are people that would have done certain things themselves. I mean, it's social media now. People, they always be fake stuff.
We'll see, oh my God, he surprised me. But later on, you hear gist that now she surprised herself.
Yeah, I've heard stuff like that. I don't personally know, honestly. I don't personally know anybody that has lied about that type of stuff or has bought something themselves and said the fans bought it. I don't know anybody. Everybody that I know personally, when I say personally, not just from being in the house with them, or everybody that I know and we really, really speak, and they've given them something, and I've called say, Amo, is this thing true? Most times it's actually true. So maybe the people that fake it, I don't know anybody that's faked it, but I think it's true.
So the house that Ceec is real?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know, because we weren't really speaking at the time. So it wasn't like I was able to call her, but I don't see the motive to lie. I don't know. I don't see that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Maybe I should go and get fans, because these fans watch show, and the next thing you love somebody and I just jump into
go on, Big Brother, and you're already light-skinned.
Half of my jeans, should we go? You will be my fans. You will be.
See, fans really do. When I came out of Level Up, my fans bought like podcast stuff. It's just that I couldn't use some of them. It was expensive. Like everything you need for a podcast, like they bought, and that was amongst other things that they bought. This time around, they furnished my entire kitchen, because I don't cook. So like everything you can think of, so fans actually do these things. Yes, they do.
Nice.
Maybe
we can start.
I just think sometimes some of us should give back to our fans too. That's I really think so, because these people, go hard for us, even if it's not even financially. Sometimes even with their the way they text and fight. Sometimes not every time collect. Sometimes say, you know what, my fans. So yeah, let me take you people out. So yeah, who needs money here? I have my fans reach out to me via DM to ask for stuff. The ones I can help, I actually help, and I just. Just to give back to them too. So I just think we should give back also.
I'm a firm believer of give and receive. You have to be a giver. One of my close friends always say, men are natural givers, which I always disagree with him. I don't feel like it's a gender thing. Both genders are givers. Yeah. They are givers. But so Doyin, quickly before we wrap this up, what's the last word you have to say to your fans?
Okay, they're called Delight. I love you people so much. You have no idea. I think one thing I crave more than anything is people just understanding me, because I'm seriously misunderstood. And, these people, they don't know me from anywhere, but they just understand me. And, they've just chosen to, love me in spite of my flaws. And I don't take that for granted at all. I'm super grateful. I hope that I can keep making you proud. And, if there's any way I can support any of you too, I'm very happy to. And thank you, guys. Thank you for the love. And to the trolls, get out. Get out.
No. In the words of Nicki Minaj was like, "And to my haters, I just want to thank you all for downloading my song and listening to it. Y'all making me happy."
I'm telling you, sometimes they will troll me. I'm like, oh my God, this is a very creative troll. Some of these trolls, they don't even understand how creative they are. Instead of them to put into something much more, rewarding. Some of them are actually really funny and really smart people. Like, they're good with like graphic stuff. Like, they can help you re-edit your face to look like, something else. Put that shit into like something rewarding and make money out of it instead of trolling me, because you can't stop the grace of God upon my life. That's just period. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Doyin. It was a pleasure for me to actually interview you on your show. From everything I've gotten to just work with Doyin for like a few weeks, right? And I feel like every of your personality you have mentioned, I can relate to it. Now, like I said, research, information that I have gotten is what I'm giving to you people on this. You people should not come and start saying, if I don't even care what people want to say, but ladies and gentlemen, Doyin's Corner is officially opened and she's going to be taking over from here. Thank you so much for staying tuned, guys. We love you. And yeah, have a lovely evening.
Bye, guys.